you guys, it is time for Texas Wig Fairy. So I want to welcome you back. It's been really exciting getting to introduce you to our social media family. Again, I'm Texas Wig Fairy at René Paris, and I also would like to remind you before I get started to take a minute when you have time to make sure you go and visit the IGs for Abby and for Alexander. Those are my partners, my family, if you will, on social media. This has been really exciting. It's exciting to see so much information, such beautiful artists. Abby is wonderful. Alexander is such a great artist. It's just really wonderful to be collaborating together to bring all this information to you. Today, I am going to be telling you about the differences in fibers. I'm not going to get real technical. I'm going to try to do it really simple because I know we have a lot of new people to wigs, and so I always like to explain things the way I would to maybe say, for instance, my Bella, my mom, her age group, and Abby's wonderful at explaining things from a different perspective. That's why I think it's so exciting. If you didn't get to see Abby Friday, she did a wonderful segment on alopecia and how wonderful the caps are and how the fibers are really comfortable. And that's what I mean, just such wonderful information. And then on the professional side, we have Alexander helping us as professionals, licensed professionals, to do the best with our products and to find the best pieces for our customers, family members, whoever it is that you're looking for, theaters. There's just so many wonderful people using wigs, and we have so many wonderful people that choose our wigs. I know there's a lot to choose from, but when I tell you that I am super excited about Aderans fibers since back in the 70s, that's exactly what I mean. So again, make sure that you follow us on Instagram, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, and again, if you haven't had a chance, if you've missed some of these lives, please make sure that you take the time to go back and view them because there's lots of wonderful information. I am going to start off with synthetic. I'm going to tell you the differences between synthetics, high heat, and human hair. And this is it's not really complicated. It has to be explained very simple because a lot of times it's confusing when you start looking for a product to know whether it's best to go with synthetic, human hair, or say for instance a high heat fiber. I'm going to just give you an example of my lifestyle. There's lots of different lifestyles and there's lots of different budgets, but the way I've said it before, it's a lot like clothing, if you will. You're looking at you're looking at different seasons, different fabrics, different fibers that are available. And when I say fabric, I mean we're taking a fiber and we're creating in the most simplest and for lack of a better explanation, you're creating something out of a man-made fiber. So when you start off with synthetic is going to be a man-made fiber. The difference between maybe other fibers and the René Paris fiber, Noriko, Amore, is that it is, when I say resilient, meaning that you can do a lot to it, you can style it, it can take styling, restyling. You don't use heat with it, but it takes that kind of, when you're being a little more aggressive and like Alexander, when he's creating these wonderful styles, it can handle it. Some synthetic fibers are not able to take that, really working with that fiber, the tension and so forth. It kind of snaps and it's just not that great to work with. So synthetic is going to be what I call almost, well, not almost. I like to call it bulletproof, excuse me, because it's got total memory, meaning that when you shampoo it, it's going to come right back. It's lightweight. The colors that you can produce with, that you can create with synthetic fiber are just amazing. So whenever you're looking at designing pieces, or designers, whenever they're looking at designing certain colors, they're not always going to be available in high heat fiber, or they may not be available in human hair because human hair has to be processed. But staying within synthetic, it is just amazing what colors can be produced in synthetic. Again, it's total memory, it's lightweight, very affordable. And again, like Abby was sharing in her videos, whether you have bio hair or don't have hair, it's very, very comfortable, from the composition to the fiber itself. So just to give you an example of what colors I'm talking about, like this is, who would know, like just looking at this, who would know that this is synthetic? You can't detect it. This is synthetic. This is from the Noriko Collection. The only thing I ever use on my pieces are going to be like the hairspray. And you know that in most of my lives, I show you just really simple. This is the Protect Holding Spray. I don't like to use a lot of product because it does make a difference. But as far as opening a box and putting it on, synthetic's the way to go. If you have a really busy lifestyle, you don't want to be messing with it. You want something that's pretty bulletproof, total memory. And if you like to change your styles as much as I do, then synthetic is a beautiful option for you to have. Say for instance, if you were trying to decide whether or not you wanted to go with human hair or synthetic, this is a beautiful color, Melted Ocean. You can go down and view this on several different models. See, something like this done on my own bio hair. First of all, I have, like, you can count the bio hair that I have, so let's just be real. A process like this on my own hair would be impossible. So, and if you're just not able, because of, you know, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, but I honestly just don't have time to be taking something human and trying to create this look. So going back to the synthetic, again, it's very affordable, it's lightweight, it is total memory, meaning that it's almost zero maintenance. You shampoo it, comes right back to what you had right before you shampooed it, and you really don't have to use a whole lot of product. The one thing that I do want to stress with synthetic hair that I have almost every week when I'm working with people, whenever you're looking at synthetic, there's beautiful, vibrant colors that can be created that may not be able to be created in, say for instance, a high heat synthetic. This is another beautiful color. Again, not all colors can be designed in certain, say for instance, high heat, and because of what's available in human hair, that goes for the same as well. This is another beautiful color. Again, these are all synthetics. Just to give you an idea again. And when we're talking about, let me see if there, I'm checking questions here. Okay, so the lifespan of synthetic is going to be, and it does have a lifespan. You know, I had a young lady tell me one time that she felt because it was something that was man-made that it was going to last forever. Well, I kind of like to explain it the way my friend Jerry told me one time. Like if you're wearing the same pair of shoes every single day, does the pair of shoes last year after year after year? No, because we're wearing the same pair of shoes every single day. With daily wear, the shoes don't last forever. Same thing with a synthetic piece. Like if, as far as daily wear, if you're wearing the same piece every day, and I mean daily, like a full day's wear, you're gonna get maybe a good 3 to possibly 5 months in synthetic. Now it could last longer. It could, if you're really aggressive, if you use a lot of hair product that you're not supposed to use, it may last less time. Synthetic wigs are not created to last years. They're created for ready to wear, meaning that you're gonna wear it and then it's gonna have to be replaced. That's why they're more affordable. So with that being said, I'm gonna go over high heat. High heat is also a synthetic fiber, and I want to remind you, please, there are different catalogs available at reneaparis.com. There's extensive information. If you really want to get technical, there's a lot of great information at reneaparis.com. Every catalog is available. All our colors are available. I just can't stress enough, if you have not gone to reneaparis.com lately, like you absolutely have to. You're missing out. So I just want to show you from the Orchid Collection. I know we've been showcasing that lately. We have a selection of high heat pieces, meaning that they are synthetic, but they still have the versatility of being styled with heat. I want to stress, this is only for the high heat styles in the Orchid Collection, not all the other styles. And I have to stress that because I'm not saying all our synthetic styles are high heat styles. These are certain styles from the Orchid Collection. And I want to show you just really quickly. I know you've seen quite a few of us so in love with the posh style. And I could put those on, but what I really want to show you is that there's a difference in the fiber and the appearance. So this is going to be Spellbound. And I'm holding it here so that you can kind of see, when I put the other fiber next to it, you're going to see the difference in shine, like the sheen that it has. Okay, they're both beautiful styles. I'm not saying they're not. What I'm wanting to show you is the difference in the fibers. So if you'll see, this is from our Amore Collection. This is from our Orchid Collection. And the reason I'm doing that is because just to show you the difference in the finish of, say for instance, the fiber from our Amore Collection, which is very luxurious. It's it's top of the line, medical type wigs. Then you go into the Orchid Collection, which is beautiful, more affordable. So it's more of a value priced collection. And if you like the versatility of restyling and styling synthetic, then that would be the option. You have to be really careful though, because when you're looking at that particular type of high heat synthetic, it takes a little bit longer to style. It's different from human hair. It's very similar in what you can do to it, but you have to be really careful because it takes longer to style it. Just for an example, if you take your wand and you want to put a bend in here, you have to let the fiber cool down before the style sets. And we have a lot of wonderful videos that have done by our team. If you want extensive, more in-depth technical help, please go to our YouTube channel. And we've all done videos on different styling techniques. Look for Alexander, he's wonderful at that. Again, Abby, if you're just joining, I can't stress enough how excited I am to introduce you to everyone in our social media family. This is really exciting. It's bringing lots of information from different perspectives, and I think it's just really, really wonderful because you have to get that information from different perspectives. I am wearing Reese. This is Reese PM Partial Mono. See, this is an absolutely beautiful synthetic. This is Reese in Plumberry Jam R. Okay, so we are looking at high heat styles, and I'm gonna put one on from our Orchid Collection. This is a really fun style. This isn't something that I usually would wear, but I just want you to see it. This is Attitude from our Orchid Collection. And the reason I put this one on is this is the difference in high heat. Like this is gonna require a little bit of styling. And I just want you to see that. And then I'm gonna use just a little bit of hairspray. And maybe just, you know, there's different products that you can use to just take down the shine a little bit. And like I said, if you'll go to René Paris, our YouTube channel, there's lots of information there that'll help you trying to determine how to take care of those. So I'm going to try another high heat style just to give you an idea of, it's a beautiful piece. There's absolutely great piece, very affordable. Isn't this nice? Okay, so as you can see, this is a this is, again, high heat. This is going to be Spellbound. When it comes to high heat, like the pieces that we're looking at, you have to be very careful to not use anything hotter, a temperature hotter than 300. And with that being said, I do want to share something with you, because whenever you're using heated implements, every implement heats up differently, meaning that I may have a wand that heats up and retains heat faster and hotter than yours. So with that being said, the most important thing about high heat is, please don't start at 300. It would be much more beneficial if I actually have retained a really good curl at about 250. Please remember that when you're heating up your implements, if you've had them, they're retaining heat. If you feel like if there's any hesitation and you're not sure, I would start a test curl or straightening it back here to where if you do damage something, you can repair that. Please, I can't tell you how many times we've experienced this in classes where we're teaching you how to do something with the fiber. Every implement heats up different. So even if the tag tells you 300 plus, please, I would definitely start at about 250, because I honestly have been able to acquire a really nice style at about 250. Once you do style the high heat styles, they do retain the style for maybe a couple shampooings. But with high heat synthetics, you are going to have to take care of them just like you would human hair. So if you're looking for something that's ready to wear, doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance, then this is where you would stay with the original synthetic. So for those two different fibers, again, we've got synthetic and we have high heat synthetic. So please keep in mind, I'm going to say it again just in case you just joined, not all synthetics are able, you're not able to use heat with all synthetics. You're only able to use heat on high heat synthetics. So if you're just starting your journey, trying to select wigs, you want something really lightweight, really affordable, beautiful in color. They're all beautiful in colors, let me just tell you. But again, I was going over trying to explain that not all colors can be designed and produced in all fibers. I'm gonna go over briefly with you, just very briefly, about human hair, the face of the catalog, just in case you're looking for that. Fair Fashion. I know Abby talked about this, did a beautiful job talking about this. The Fair Fashion Collection is our human hair collection at Aderans, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful line. The difference between human hair and synthetic is there's several differences. The most important is, yes, you can color them, but here at the Fair Fashion Collection, we have so many beautiful styles, so many beautiful colors. Again, I can't stress to you enough to go to reneparis.com. These are exceptional in quality. When I tell you, I hear this all the time, oh my goodness, I saw these wigs, I've seen them all over YouTube, I've seen them all over Instagram, they're selling them, they're this, and maybe they are, but let me just tell you, when you are buying the best human hair, experience is going to be key. It's going to be very, very important. Fair Fashion's been making pieces since the 70s. That's very, very important. Just like René Paris, Noriko, and Amore, just like Aderans has been around for years. Just remember, when it comes to human hair, experience and quality is very, very important. And this is a very meticulous process. So these pieces are handmade. They're human hair, they're handmade, they're beautiful. They're a luxury. So when I say there's gonna be a difference in human hair and synthetic, there's a pretty exceptional price difference. And I don't ever like to keep that hidden from the people that I'm servicing, teaching, helping, because when we're new to wigs, a lot of times people tell us that human hair is going to be what looks most natural. I don't like when that happens sometimes, because if you're younger and maybe you don't have the budget for human hair, I don't want anyone to ever think that they're not going to find a wig that's affordable and that looks very, very natural. Human hair is great for certain lifestyles. So if you like changing your hairstyles, you want to go long, you want to go straight, you want to go curly, you want that versatility every single day, please keep human hair in mind. The biggest differences between human hair and synthetic doesn't react to the elements outside, meaning that if it's raining, snowing, if it's humid, if it's drizzling, if it's whatever the case may be as far as weather, it's, like I said, it's pretty bulletproof. I call it bulletproof because no matter what's happening, your synthetic hairstyle is going to look great. Human hair is going to react with the element just like your bio hair would. So when I say that, if you're using a human hair wig and you are out and it starts raining or it's windy, if it starts softening a little bit, you're gonna have to maintain that just like you would human hair. So if I needed something that was gonna retain its style, look great all the time, then human hair is not gonna be my choice. However, they are exceptional colors. They are very, very comfortable. If you're very active, athletic, and this is something that you're gonna have to be wearing, and then while you're working out, there's so many different lifestyles that would be better choosing human hair. So I'm hoping that this gives you an idea what fibers are going to be better for what budgets and what lifestyles. For human hair, you can use your curling irons, flat irons. They don't have to be specific. They don't have to be any particular brand when it comes to human hair wigs. What I was saying was, whenever you're using implements, definitely if you're using them on high heat fiber, even if you're using them on human hair, please remember, whether you're licensed or not, every implement retains heat differently. So I always stress, we always stress in our classes that even if you're guided and it says that, you know, you can go up to maybe 300, I'm going to stop at 300 because I feel safe there. If the implement, the curling iron, flat iron, wand, whatever it is that you're using gets too hot, it'll damage your own bio hair. It'll damage a human hair wig. It'll damage synthetic hair for sure. So again, make sure that you do a test strip somewhere so that you know that your implement, it hasn't retained too much heat to where it'll melt the fiber. High heat doesn't mean that there's just no way that you can burn it or melt it or singe it. High heat just means that you're able to use high heat on that particular style. You still can damage it. So please pay attention to what I'm saying. I know I'm stressing it over and over, but I kid you not, I've seen this in our classes. I have a wonderful time with everyone, except I've made mistakes too. This is how I learned a long time ago. I made the mistakes too, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so just to go over really quickly the different fibers, we went over synthetic, which is pretty bulletproof, what I like to call my bulletproof hair. It is very affordable, it's total memory, beautiful colors, lightweight, very affordable. High heat, if you want something that mimics human hair, that you can change the styles, much more limited in colors and styles, but it retains a little more styling time because you have to, you have to let the curls, or if you're straightening it, you have to let the fiber cool down before it sets. Human hair, if you're looking for the top of the line, and when I say our collection from Aderans, the Fair Fashion Collection is absolutely gorgeous. I know Abby was showcasing one the other day. Absolutely gorgeous. And you know that I come from years of wig wearing, and again, when I choose my pieces, and I'm really excited you guys like this style. This is Reese. This is Reese in Plum Berry Jam, and this is partial mono. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I haven't worn this in a long time. My mom wanted me to wear this today, so this is why I'm wearing it for her. This is her favorite style. But again, we went over all the synthetics. Going back to the human hair, absolutely gorgeous. And I can't stress enough, when you're looking at human hair, it should be a little pricey, just to tell you, first of all, that it is human hair. It's a meticulous process. It's handmade. It's a handmade piece. So please keep that in mind whenever you're making your selections. All wigs are beautiful. Aderans has so many beautiful options. There are wigs for every lifestyle. There are wigs for every price point. Please keep that in mind. I know I share that with you all the time, but it's very, very important. And I do stress that every week. I teach every week. I teach many students globally every week. And when I say that there are wigs for every price point, for every lifestyle, you can find all of these at Aderans. You can find them in the Noriko Collection, the Amore Collection, Fair Fashion, René Paris, the Muse line, the Orchid line. I mean, there's just so much to choose from. So before I close today, I just want to remind you how excited I am to introduce you to everyone at our social media family. Make sure you visit Abby, Alexander, myself. We're going to have lots of guests that are going to join us for the next month after month. It's wonderful. I love it. So much wonderful information. And it's so important right now because we are looking for people to supply us and help us and make those choices. And so we want to make it easier for you every week. Again, I want to make sure that you remember to follow us on Instagram at Texas Wig Fairy, at René Paris. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you're going to be first to know anytime that we're going live, and you'll know ahead of time just a snippet of what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be talking about. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. See you soon.